Hey beauties, welcome back to Sweatpants and Secrets, the podcast where real women sip, spill, and say what everyone else is too scared to admit. Today's episode is for every mama who's ever felt like she's disappeared inside her to-do list. You know the vibe. Lunchboxes, laundry, practices, and a whole lot of love, but somewhere in there you've gotten left behind. This one's called From Mom Mode to Me Mode, Reclaiming Yourself. So, pour a glass, loosen that messy bun, and let's talk about how to find yourself again. But not as somebody's mama, wife, or boss, but as the woman you were before the world needed you to be everything. Let's get into Sweatpants and Secrets, where women spill it all. This is going to be good.
What you see is what you get. No. Getting it.
Welcome to Sweatpants and Secrets, where real women spill it all. Tonight we have a special guest, life coach Krishan Smith. Krishan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm so happy to be here. I'm Krishan, a life coach, Navy veteran, mother, a jack of all trades. You name it, I am. So happy to be here. So happy to be a part of the topic for tonight. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, let's dive right into it. So it's sip and spill time. So we're going to grab our glass. With sip and spill, you either spill the tea or you have to take a sip. So give me a mom mode confession for sip and spill.
Okay. Mom mode confession. So my babies are older now, right? So we're gonna go back in the day. But a mom mode confession is, you know how you have to travel with the kids and they babies, and you really just want to have the most quietest flight because you don't want to be the one with the loud child. What I would do is give them a little sprinkle of the Benadryl before it was time to get on the flight. Not enough to hurt them, but just enough to just be like on and float on. Get you a little nap in, and I'll see you when the flight is over. So that's my little, secret tip of the day.
So sleep tight, sleep tight, sleep
Okay,
good.
I'll see you after the flight.
All right. I get that. I get that. If I had to
Yeah.
give a mom mode confession, mine would be desserts after bedtime.
Mm.
I just want to be able to enjoy my desserts without kids, so I would wait till they go to bed, and then I would have my little treat. But I would forget and leave it on the nightstand and get interrogated in the morning. Like, you ate that? What's that?
You had who said that?
What you eat? What you got?
Where that come from?
Exactly. So, hey, no judgment here, right? But we're going to take
Right.
a sip anyway, okay?
All right.
Okay, next is our confession corner, where we've had women across the U.S. provide some fill in the blank information based off of this episode. So I'm going to read a few of those and we're going to go from there, okay?
Mhm.
All right. I knew I needed a break when. Okay, one lady said, every response out of my mouth to the children was yelling profanity. Time for a break.
Mhm.
I make them take naps for no reason.
Baby, a nap is good, okay? I'm with them on that. When I do that to my niece, like, you not sleepy? You don't want to go lay down? You want to lay right here? Yes,
Every
yes.
reason's a good reason to take a nap. I'm
Every
just saying.
reason, right?
I started getting frustrated with everything, the kids, the job, the spouse, etc.
Yes, yes, yes. I was actually just there like some months ago. And when I recognized that I was ready to take heads off because the fork was not on the right, row, I was like, let me go take a break because I'm ready to just destroy everything. So
Over this
I'm with
doggone fork.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I
Yeah.
went to the islands and didn't want to return home so soon.
I like it. I like it. Escape
Mm-hmm.
mode. But you
Escape
do got to return
mode.
to reality at some point. You have to.
Yes, yes. When I couldn't see a vision for myself, when I had no understanding and functioning, and not feeling.
That's deep.
I get that.
Deep.
Yep. Yep. All right. Our next one was the last time I put myself first, fill in the blank. Someone
Mm.
said, now, since October 3rd, I have been putting myself first for once, and I'm the happiest I've ever been.
Hey,
I
I like it.
know. Yes,
Wicked. Yes.
beautiful. I'm glad you
Mm-hmm.
recognize that, right?
Yes.
Yes. Before the children. Mm,
That is a thing. That is a real thing.
that is a real thing. Before the children. It
Before
says,
the children.
before the children. The next one says, now I've realized that in order to give love to others, I have to start with me. If I'm empty, I have nothing to give. You said
That
that, honey.
is, oh, say it, say it, say it. I live by that, because as moms, we tend to, be sacrificial and put ourselves last because
Mhm.
we think that that is heroic in love. But at the end of the day, if you're not okay, you're not going to be okay for anybody else. So it is okay to put you first. So I love that she came to that moment. I love that answer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The next one was, I was kidless, if that's a word. Kidless
See?
is a word.
Yeah, it's a word. I told you before the kids and kidless, it does exist. It
Yes,
does.
on mom mode, that is a word. Long as you know, that is a word, honey.
Yes.
All right. Two women said, I can't even remember.
Mm. Cause it be
Oh,
like
yeah. It do.
it be.
It does. Absolutely. And
Mm-hmm.
the other one says, taking a much needed trip alone.
Mm. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
I
I
love it.
get that. Yes. And ladies, thank you so much for your anonymous fill in the blanks. They're greatly appreciated. Now it's time for trend or trash. So you'll be able to tell me, I'll get you to decide here what is trending and what needs to go in the trash bin. So what's popping and what's not, okay?
Okay. 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 I'm ready for this one.
Okay. Soft parenting all the time, even when you're tired.
See, the key word there is all the time. That's trash. That is absolute trash. However, comma, soft parenting, for anybody that doesn't know, is also known as gentle parenting. And I feel like that is a trend that is coming and that actually needs to stay, but there needs to be a balance to it, right? There's moments where we need to, because I know for me, and I don't know about you, but I came up in an era you ain't had no right to say what you feel. That they didn't care about it. Whatever they said went, and it was what it was, right? But we
Mhm.
ended up growing up without a voice. We ended up growing up without learning how to manage our emotions and things. So I think that this is a time where you allow the children to tell you what they're thinking, what they're feeling, so you can help them process it. But in that same instance, don't get lost. Don't forget who's the parent. And now they punking you, and because you have no boundaries, you have no balance. You now they swinging from the chandeliers, and you sitting in the corner. No, no. So that's why I said that all the time piece is the part that need to go in the trash. But it does need to be a balance, and there is a trend that's coming where that soft, gentle parenting.
I love it. I love it. Okay, our next one is moms only vacays. No kids, no guilt.
That's a trend, and if it ain't, it need to be one.
Yes.
If it ain't, it need to be one. It need to be
We're going to
one.
start trending that, honey. Hashtagging
Yes, yes,
mom's
yes,
vacays,
yes.
okay?
Okay,
Mom's
okay.
only vacations, okay?
Mom's only, okay? Because
Yes.
yes, that refill.
Yes. All right. Our next one is hiring a housekeeper and calling it self care.
That is a trend, and it's a trend because I do it. Like I literally, like I do my upkeep and everything like that, but I also know that my hands are full and I can't do everything. So I hire a housekeeper to come in and do the deep cleaning and all that stuff. And I sit back and I'll be like, hey, I'm reclaiming my time right about now. So that's a trend. That's a trend.
Trending, forever trending. Yes.
Yeah,
And our last one is scheduling quiet time for mom every day.
a trend. A trend. I got a thing on my phone. It's called peace mode from 5:30 to 7 o'clock. Can't nobody call me, can't nobody talk. And I just go and I just sit. So you absolutely, absolutely, it's a trend where you just take that moment to kind of regroup and find yourself. Some of us be hiding in the closet. I don't know, but that's a trend.
Absolutely. Probably can tie it into that nap time, that mandatory nap time.
Hey, there you go. There it is.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now it's time for our wine note of the week. Some days call for peace and quiet, other days call for chaos, but every day calls for grace. So pour it on heavy, ladies. Give yourself grace. Yes. Now it's time to get down to the nitty gritty and ask some questions here. Okay. How do you balance being mom and still feeling like you?
Now, so because my children are now older, right? It's a shift. It is now teaching these people how to be adults. So it's like you still momming, you just momming from a different angle. So I think that for me, it is really a rhythm. It's a flow. It is me learning like who I need to be in that moment, and if it's like, do I need to be like straight up mommy? I ain't asking you no questions, nothing like that, or whatever the case may be. Or do I need to be like that nurturer and kind of hand walk you through some stuff or whatever? So I think that what I've learned is, one, in this shift, right? Because now I'm in a mode where they don't necessarily need me like they needed me before. So one, I had to come out of my feelings with that, because it was just like, what do you mean you don't need me? That was one. But two, it's really, really finding that balance of not wanting to jump in and do everything for them. And now I got all this stuff on my plate that I shouldn't have had on my plate because now they're older. That I've learned how to do. And I have to take moments to be like, that's not yours. Put it back, sit back, take a moment, watch them. And then if you need to step in, you can do it. So yeah.
I know that has to be hard. That sit back and say nothing part is very, very hard.
Yes, absolutely. Especially when you see them. I don't know about yours, but I like my daughter, like she I love her, but she over here, right? And it's like, hey, learn, right? Come on back. Learn from me. And then you also see like, you know what? Maybe you need to fall and bump your head so you can see what I'm talking about. And it's usually when they fall and bump their head that they be like, oh, that's why you said don't stand on the chair. Or when they burn their head, oh, that's why you said don't touch the stove. You get
The
what I mean?
stove is hot, huh?
Oh, okay, So it is really, really hard to sit back sometimes because we don't want them to hurt. We don't want them to fall. We don't want them to fail. And it's really because we know what it was like to fall and fail. And if we look back to when our mamas and daddies was telling us stuff, it was like, they don't know what they talking about. So to answer the question about finding the balance, it is really learning the rhythm of who I need to be in that moment, and also recognizing that I don't need to be everything all the time, and that I could step back and still be me, who I need to be to myself, as well as be mommy at the same time.
I love it. I love it. I'm still in training, but I absolutely love that. It's hard.
Yes, yes.
All right. When was the last time you did something just for you, not for the family, not your job, but just you?
Actually, what month is this? The last time I did something just for me was it's a two-part thing. So remember I told you I was about to flip out about the forks and everything like that. So I ended up getting me a hotel room. For that weekend, I ended up going to the waterfall because I literally recognized that I was gonna crash out and it was gonna be bad. So I booked a room. I stayed there that weekend, but I also went to the waterfall because I love water and water calms me. So I did that for a day. I did that in August, like the end of August, like first part of September. But the other side of that was just accomplishing some goals and dreams for myself. So I got my certification, started my business, all that stuff that I really wanted to do for myself that I put on the back burner for being in the military or, just focusing on everybody else. So I literally just did that in September. So yeah, that was like, I took a vacation to make sure I regrouped, but also just accomplished some goals that I have for myself because I was like, now it's my turn.
Congratulations, darling. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Why do we feel guilty for wanting a break?
Kind of like what we talked about earlier. We think that sacrifice is love and that if we take a selfish moment, right? And I think we really need to relabel what selfish means, like selfish, like self. There is a heart posture that goes with selfishness, right? There's a heart posture where, look, I need to look at myself and see what I need for myself because like we said, if I'm empty, I can't give to anybody else, right? But if I'm knowingly sitting here maliciously not doing for others just because I don't want to, that is the negative selfish that we have to talk about, right? So I think because we don't really know that there's different layers to that word, we feel guilty because we're like, oh, I'm being selfish. They need me right now and I have to be there. And if I'm not there, then everything's going to fall apart. But maybe sometimes the stuff needs to fall apart so they can see that, hey, I've been holding everything and I need your help. So that's what I would offer.
Awesome. Awesome. What does reclaiming yourself mean in this season of your life?
For me, it is literally doing all the stuff that I wanted to do because I couldn't do it before. So finding out who I am now without all the masks, without all the hats, if I just take everything off, who am I? And what do I want to do? And what makes me happy outside of everybody else? And when I found that out and I started doing it, that was what was reclaiming it for me because now I'm taking back everything that I done gave out to everybody else. I'm giving it back to myself.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Okay. If your daughter or niece were watching, what would you want her to learn from how you take care of yourself?
Um, that you don't have to do it all. Learn what's yours, like what's for now, what's for later, and what's not yours, right? What can you give to somebody else? Learn. My word for the year, for probably the rest of my life, is going to be balance because we don't have balance. Then, like, the scales are off and we need to be here. If I can do it where the video is there, like, do it like here instead of this side being too high or this side being too high. Like, really learn the balance and really learn how to say, no, I can't, or yes, I can, and not feel guilty about it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. It is time for our lightning round. So I'm going to
Okay.
give you a sentence and you choose and tell me which one you prefer. Okay.
Okay.
All right. A solo trip or a spa day?
A spa day all day.
Spa day all day. What's
All day.
one non-mom thing that you love about yourself?
To be real, what you see is what you get, no matter who you are. And I just love that I'm just all the way real. So yes.
I love that. I love that. I think for me, be softer. Like you said,
Yeah.
we grew up where there was no opinions and you have to hold all this stuff in. So you kind of do the same when your kids are growing up. Hey, I don't want to, seen and not heard, and we have structure, we have appointments, we have things we have to do, especially being in the military. You got all this stuff going on. And now that they're older and I can sit down and sit back a little bit, now I can be the gentler parent. And they're adults, but I can be more gentle. I can be softer, balance, like you said.
Yeah.
Balance.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite guilty pleasure post kid?
Dancing in the kitchen while I'm cooking with a double shot margarita. Getting it.
Cooking in the
A
kitchen.
full, a full like blown concert in the kitchen, just getting it. And that is like, yes, that is it.
Everything, huh?
Everything. Hmm.
I love it. I would say for me, it's desserts. Once again,
Ooh.
maybe I'm just a
Yeah.
fat kid. I'm
Now
like,
you ain't gotta and you ain't gotta hide it. So there it is.
I ain't gotta hide it. If I put it in there and I go back in there, it's still in there, right?
It's still
My
in
cookies,
there, right?
my cookies
Hmm.
still in there,
Hmm.
right?
Right, right. Yes.
It's just
Yes.
having a little something to myself, and it's the
Yes.
small things, you know.
Yes.
I get it. I get it. All right. One word that describes you from evolution from mom to woman.
Becoming. And
Oh
again,
yeah.
that is like really just it's a new level, right? So I'm becoming something new. I'm becoming something other than you're always going to be a mom, right? But we've lived life like mom is the only thing. And so in this era, in this season of my life, it's becoming everything that I want it to be again without all the other titles and stuff.
I love that.
Unapologetically too. Like I'm not asking permission.
I'm not
I'm not
sorry.
apologizing. I'm just, now I say that very gently because people be like, I'm unapologetic and they're popping off with it. What I mean by that is that I'm not making excuses. I am not holding back and I am not explaining my why. I'm just becoming everything I need to be.
I absolutely love that because my
Mhm.
word ties into yours, and mine is reclaiming.
Yes.
Reclaiming,
Yes.
just like the title. I'm
Yes.
taking my time, I'm taking back and deciding what I want to do, what I feel, what is going to make me happy because I've taken the steps for them to be the adults that they are, to go forth. And like you said, parenting never ends, and I love
Right.
them. But
Yeah.
I'm taking a little time for me and say, hey, what do I want? So reclaiming, reclaiming.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So thank you so much, so much for joining us tonight. Do you have any final words for us?
Um, if I could say anything, because we're gonna have moms from all levels, from lunch pails to like us, grown adults and all that other good stuff. If I could say anything, it would be you. Be your own kind of beautiful, be your own kind of mom, live your life. Yes, glean from others, but don't try to be anybody else. A lot of times we beat ourselves up because we can't keep the schedule that she kept, or make the lunch that she made, or clean the house the way she did, or whatever. We already talked about the house cleaners and all of those things. Just be you. God made you the way you needed to be made. He allowed you to be the parent to the children that were made for you. Just be you.
Honey, and that's a word right there. All right,
Yeah.
that's it for today, ladies. Remember, being in mom mode doesn't mean losing you. Give yourself grace, take your space, and breathe. Thanks for tuning in. Share this with a mama who needs that reminder. Keep your sweatpants comfy and your secrets safe. This is Sweatpants and Secrets. See you in the lounge.